What's going on you guys, how you all are doing? Before getting into today's video, a huge shout out to everyone who watched my videos because we crossed 2000 minutes of watch time along with more than 1.5k views in the first 20 days since I started uploading videos on this channel. You guys really surprise me every time by your tremendous amount of love and support. I'm really grateful to you all. Thank you so much everyone. Now getting started, this is actually our first episode of Map Control series and this time it's the domination game mode on Crash map. So this means whatever I'm gonna talk in this video is only related to domination mode. For hardpoint I'll make a separate video, so make sure to subscribe right now if you haven't because we are so close to 100 subs. Now back to the topic, here is the top view of the map. If you know, there are two primary spawn locations. First one is at the upper side over here where you can spawn either on the open or sometimes inside this building on the ground floor. Mostly you just spawn in the open, but whenever your enemies are closing in or capturing your home flag, then you might spawn inside the building. Well, the second primary spawn point is all the way below in this area. Starting off the round you will spawn in the open, but if your enemy team is close enough then you will start spawning inside the building. There are also some random spots where you can spawn which is very rare, but it only happens when both the home flags are being rushed by enemy team. In that case you can randomly spawn in the map. Now another thing is you can easily predict where your enemies are spawning just by calculating the positions of your teammates. For example, if your team is spawning at C flag, so it means your opponent team will spawn at A flag. But if your whole team starts rushing at A and are capturing A flag all together, then only one or two enemies will spawn at A flag and the rest of the enemy team will start spawning at C flag. But if your team gets hold of both the home flags, then your enemy team will spawn randomly at A or C wherever your team is least active. So it clearly means you can easily predict where your enemy team will spawn just by looking at the minimap and knowing the positions of your teammates. Talking about the positioning, there are some good camping points and choke points in this map. Now by camping points, I'm talking about those spots where you can sit back, get some cover and get some kills. And by choke points, what I mean is that a place or an area from where your enemy is more likely to pass around, or where if you pre-aim and fire, it will surely score you a handful kills. Choke points are just the points from where you can push back your enemy team, like hold them off so that your remaining team can focus on securing the objective, which means capturing the mutual flag, that is B flag, in domination mode. Now camping spots will always provide you cover so that you won't get killed easily, but choke points will not always be safe, but it provides you better angles from where you can secure handsome amount of kills. So this clearly means camping spots are good for objective players and choke points are for aggressive players or simply the slayers. If your team gets a good hold of these two things, then no doubt you can easily win. The gameplay you are watching right now is not a team gameplay. I recorded this as solo ranking, just to show you guys that if you follow these small things you can easily win while in solo ranking also. Now for me, I just keep switching roles between objective player and a slayer. In almost every domination matches in every map except Summit, I always capture my home flags in both the rounds so that our score starts counting before them, and if it goes for a tie then eventually it will help us to win the round. And after that I directly rush towards enemy spawn in an attempt to hold them back. But in some cases, if my team is weak or not that good, then I try to protect B flag, or if only two players are capturing the flag, then I hop onto the flag to help them capture it faster. But in other times, all I do is try to spawn trap them by rushing into their spawns. Now for the camping spots, the rooftop and the first floor of this building is perfect spot if your enemy is spawning at A flag. It will help you to protect B flag as well. And for some choke points, at the start of round, if your team is spawning at C flag and your enemy team is spawning at A flag, then this broken building is perfect place to spawn trap your enemies. But for this, your aim should be on point and your movement skills should be decent. And if your team is spawning at A flag with your opponent team at C flag, then this building is the perfect location. From here you can spawn trap your enemies, you can protect the B flag, and you can also watch bomb site B long route. This is one of my favorite locations. Well, this was the end of first episode of Map Control series. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I am correct, then like, comment and share this with your friends, teammates, clan, just share it. Also subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. This being said, let's wrap up this video. Hope you all are doing well. Stay tuned. Much love. See you guys later.